Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Sunday Sacred. So, the Sunday Sacred, what is it and why am I doing it? Well, it strikes me at this point in my life, but also where we are in the world today, that maybe people could do with a little more sacredness in their lives. It can be hard to feel that connection to something bigger, more mysterious, more ineffable than we can imagine. In our day-to-day lives, it can be so easy to get bogged down by the daily grind of work, of family duty and responsibilities. And it can be so easy, particularly if you're watching the news or following what's going on the world stage, to really feel disheartened and stuck in this place of anxiety, fear, and sadness. And I am never going to suggest not feeling grief at the terrible things that go on in this world, because when we stop feeling, it's when we really do close our heart down. But I am going to encourage you to find a way of staying out of the fear and the anxiety that watching the news cycles and reading the media can bring, and learning to find a place of peace and calm and love, of coherence and of sacredness within you. And my invitation for you is to do that, because it's from this place that we are in the most of our power to take action with the injustices, the outrage we might feel, the things that we see going on in our lives and on the greater world stage that we don't agree with. We are always able to come from a more powerful and wise place when we are calm, when we are grounded, and when our nervous system and our emotions are at peace, rather than when we're in fear, when we're hyped up, when we're in fight or flight, and when we're in anxiety. Because biologically, just physically, biologically, and neurologically, when we're in that place, everything shutters down apart from our survival mechanisms. And we don't have access to the greatest range of creative possibilities and wise choices. So this is part of why I'm offering these videos, and to give you a little drop of sacredness. Whatever's going on in your life right now, whether you consider yourself a religious person, this is a non-denominational, an interfaith, spiritual recording and offering, shall we say. But whatever religion you're aligned to, whatever spirituality you practice, or if you're just agnostic or curious or even atheist, everyone's welcome. Everyone's welcome. Whether you have a strong spiritual practice, whether you meditate every day, or whether life's just busy and you're just trying to get through the day. This is an invitation to find a sense of sacredness in your life. And I hope you enjoy these videos. Now, I want to talk about the heart and about love today, because the heart is a big aspect of my teachings and a big part of my own journey, the path of the heart. In yoga, it's called bhakti, Bhakti, bhakti. It's about love, this feeling of love. And really, at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to, isn't it? If you think about your favorite film or your favorite piece of music, even, or what people on their deathbeds remember just as they're passing, it's not normally how much money they've got in the bank or what kind of car they drive. It's How loved were they? And how many people did they love? How much love did they feel? And why do we keep going on about love? What is it about love? Well, the reason I think I was drawn to the path of the heart is because it's present across the spiritual traditions. It is also non-denominational. It's a wisdom that seeps through every tradition, is present in all different forms of mysticism, as well as popular culture and as well as colloquialisms and popular language. We have so many different expressions for the heart. Home is where the heart is. To thine own heart be true. Cross your heart, hope to die. I'm feeling disheartened. All of these expressions speak to something greater than just that physical organ in the chest. The great teacher Ramana Maharshi was an enlightened Indian sage living in the turn of the 20th century until around the 1950s. He talked about how when we find the essence of who we are, when we're trying to define us, who we are, and we point to ourselves, we don't point to our elbow, we don't point to our knee, we point to our heart. The heart is this portal of access to our essence, an essence of us that is timeless, and it goes beyond our body, it goes beyond our thoughts, and it goes beyond our feelings. I think a lot of us spend a lot of time in pain and suffering in this life, and I know I certainly have, because we grow up feeling unlovable or not enough. And we start to look for that love outside of ourselves. And this image of starving, thirsty people wandering around a desert with beakers or cups, looking to each other desperately to fill each other's cups, but to no avail, because no one else can fill up our cup the way that we can. We just can't find it from outside of ourselves. Human beings are fallible. It would be wonderful if we could all love unconditionally like the archetypal good mother. But even good mothers are human and have a day where they might lose their temper or snap or fray. But there is this source of unconditional love within us and around us. We're wandering around the desert with these empty cups, looking to each other to fill them, when in fact we have this unlimited waterfall in our hearts. We have this unlimited access to love, the great love, the love of God, whatever God is in your understanding, your connection. Maybe it's nature, maybe it's life, maybe you like the word universe, the divine, the evolutionary impulse of life. There is something unseen and mysterious that moves us, that ignites our heart when we take our first breath and dampens it when we pass, that moves the blood through our bodies, that moves the breath through our lungs, that pushes seeds through the earth and flowers to burst into bloom. This force, this power is love too. And if we find a way of finding this unlimited access to that life force within us, as well as feel it all around us, we'll never be wandering around the desert or thirsty again. So how do we do that? Well, one of the easiest ways is to start by connecting to our hearts. So place your hand on your heart and close your eyes. And take a quiet breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And another deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And one final deep breath, filling the belly up first. And out through the nose. Letting any tension and contraction unwind. Letting the mind let go. Letting the breathing cycles soften and lengthen naturally now. Just flowing gently in and out through the nose. And as your breathing slows down, your mind naturally quietens down. And let your mind let go. Imagine it like a fist slowly unfurling to an open palm. Let your energy drop down into your body, down into your heart space. Feel this connection between the hand and the heart. A sense of warmth there. A sense of connection. Might notice that this feeling of energetic connection has a quality to it, a peace. There's a peacefulness there, a safety. Maybe there's a sense of sweetness. Maybe a sense of deep relaxation, or even a sense of belonging. This is what is meant by home is where the heart is, because it's a sense of coming back home. Coming back home to our innermost divine nature. Coming back home to the truth of who we are. Coming back home to this deeply sacred place within us. Coming back home to the heart. Knowing that we can always come to this place, and it's okay. You might not feel anything right now. You might notice pain or contraction. You might be in tears. I want you to know that it's all completely normal when we first start connecting with the heart. Sometimes the first thing we notice is all the sadness, the pain that we've been stuffing there. Tears is the language of the heart. And that can be tears of grief, but it can also be tears of joy. Because it's a melting, a thawing out of all of our defenses, our guards, those false masks we put on ourselves. We're coming back and back again, home to our truest nature. And that is always love. So just spend a moment more here, connecting to the heart. And then take your other arm, give yourself a little squeeze, a little wrap round, a little stroke. Release the meditation. Take a slightly sharper breath in through the nose, present behind the eyes, aware of the room around you, and gradually opening the eyes. And congratulate yourself for taking a moment today to connect to this sacred place within you. And let me know how you found it in the comments. I'm sending you much love.